Hi guys, welcome back to the Impeccable Investor. During the past few years, we have seen the rise of FIRE movement on the internet. FIRE basically stands for Financial Independence Retire Early. As is evident from the term, the goal of the movement is to be able to gain financial independence and retire as early as you can. Believe it or not, many people have been able to gain financial independence and get retirement at the age of 30 years only. Now, this obviously takes a lot of struggle and sacrifice, but if you are currently 18, 20, or even 25 years old, just imagine being able to retire at 30 or 35, enjoying the next few decades of your life without having to work a single day. Sounds tempting, right? Well, it is entirely possible to retire at the age of 30, and in this video we will be revealing the exact 5 steps that you need to take in order to achieve this goal. But before we get to the first step, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and have opted to receive the notifications as well, so that you can continue to watch such amazing videos on personal finance on a regular basis. Alright, now without any further delay, let's take a look at the 5 steps that you need to take in order to be able to retire at the age of 30. Step 1. Have a source of income. Okay, so obviously the first step that you will need to take is to have a source of income. It can be a job or a business, but for most of the people it is mostly a job. So try your best to get a job as soon as possible. Now obviously, if you have a job that pays better, it will help in the short term as well as the long term. But let's say that you are an average guy with a pretty much an average skill set and an average education level, and you manage to get an average job that has just about an average income. Now this is where things get really interesting. Most of the people think that they need to have a very high paying job in order to be able to retire early. But this is definitely not the case. Step 2. Live frugal and save money. So the second step, where like 99% of the people don't pay any attention, is managing your expenses. Once you have a job, what you need to aim for is to live very frugal. You basically have to cover your basic expenses every month. Forget about dining out, traveling, taking vacations, decorating your house, or buying expensive clothing. Just focus on your basic needs and save every single dollar that you can save. Remember that your net worth is not how much money you make, but it is how much money you have saved up. So focus on living extremely frugal and saving as much as you can. Step 3. Save 50 to 70% of your take-home income. Now if you have a job or any source of income, you will obviously have to pay taxes as well. Whatever amount you get after paying your taxes, you should aim to save at least 50% of that income. Try to minimize your expenses as much as you can. This is where the 4% rule comes into play. Basically, the 4% rule is that your expenses should not be higher than 4% of the amount that you have saved up. So if your expenses are $20,000, you should aim to save at least $600,000. And if your yearly expenses are $50,000, then you should have savings of at least $1.5 million. Step 4. Passively invest in the stock market. The fourth step to retiring early is to invest your savings into the stock market in a passive manner. This basically means that you should invest in the low-fee index funds like Vanguard 500. When you invest in these index funds, you are basically not investing in any particular company. Instead, what you are doing is investing in the entire stock market. Such investments have historically seen an average of 8 to 10% every year. You will be getting quarterly dividends from your investment, and your goal will be to live off for about 4% of whatever amount that you have invested. Don't touch your principal investments so that your money can keep growing without you having to do anything else. Step 5. Persevere and stay focused. Now you will need to keep your money invested in the stock market for a long period of time in order to be able to spend more every year. During this time, you will see plenty of opportunities where you might have a chance to make a huge amount of money fairly quickly. But remember that you are not playing the short-term game. If there is an opportunity in which you can earn very quickly, it is almost certain that it comes with a huge risk. So don't lose focus and get distracted. Get your money invested in the index funds and persevere. After a decade or so, you will thank yourself for staying focused and doing the right thing. We hope this video was helpful for you. We will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.